Hi everyone, so I am going to be showing you 5 looks using the five pan shadows from Colourpop. The first one is the palette Lyric. It features 1 pressed glitter, 1 shimmer shade and 3 mattes. The second one is Cherish, which features no pressed glitters, 2 shimmer shades, 2 mattes and 1 satin matte. This orangey palette is called Crush. It again features 1 shimmer, 3 mattes and 1 satin matte. This cool tone palette is called Ballad. It features 2 satin mattes, 2 shimmers and 1 matte. And lastly we have Amore, which features 1 pressed glitter, 1 shimmer and 2 mattes and 1 satin matte. Just a warning, this video is quite long. I've tried to condense it but didn't really work, so I'm going into the shade Darling, and this is the Amore palette, and I'm just putting that in my crease in a kind of half circle shape. I'm going to be doing a halo vibe with this one, so I'm kind of just not winging out the shadow, and I'm using the Morphe M516 brush, I believe, and I'm just buffing that in my crease. I like these kind of brushes because they're nice and fluffy. I'm going over that with a bigger and fluffier brush just to kind of blend it into my base. I never set my base, I just go in with a nice wet base, and I'm intensifying the colour, going back and blending. Next I'm going into the satin matte shade Romeo. A satin matte is kind of a matte with little flecks of shimmer in. It's not very shimmery, but I really like this kind of formula. Then I'm going into Passion, and I'm just finishing off the blend. As you can see, I'm taking my micellar water and this flat brush, and I'm carving out halo eye. This is what I do with all of my cut creases and things like this, and it just makes it so easy. And you can see when I open my eye, you can still see like the cut above my eye a little bit. I think here I used the Revolution base and I just pat that on. Then I'm going in with the shade Woo, which is the shimmer. It's a really cute name. And also I'm kind of, because I found these shades when I didn't use the glitter, it all kind of looked one shade, so I went into the shade Inferno from Lychee and I just did the blend at the bottom. This one isn't my favorite one, just putting it out there. I added some rhinestones. I still wasn't feeling it. I think I like this palette, but I think if you don't use the glitter and you want to just use this palette on its own for a look, the way I did it using the shimmer was too close of a shade to the darker shade in the palette, so I should have maybe used it in a different way. This palette is called Crush. It is a nice orangey one. This look is the one I did for my TikTok, so yeah, check that out. And also for like my normal feed, I'm going into the shade Cherub, and I'm just doing like a smoky liner kind of look. I really love these looks. This one was a better version than the one I did for my feed. I had to redo it. Didn't work very well, but this one's nicer. Anyway, I'm blending that out, just getting a nice blend. Then I'm going into Struck and Love. I'm mixing them together. Struck is quite a satin matte. It's quite shimmery. I'm blending that all out with Bow, which is a very nice bone shade. Then I'm using one of the Colourpop liners, and I don't know what it's called, I'm sorry, but I'm just putting that on my waterline, on my eyelid, and I'm patting that out using the shade Cherub, doing one of them little like inner corner flicks, and then using Arrow kind of in my inner tear duct area, and this highlighter from Colourpop, which is really pretty. And yeah, this is a really simple one. I didn't really explain it very well, I'm sorry. Next up, I'm using the palette Cherish. This is really pretty as well. I think this one and Crush are my 2 favorites. Anyway, so I am going in with the shade Forever, which is a nice kind of dark red matte. So for this look, I'm just doing like a cut crease. So I'm putting that shade in my crease using an M506 brush from Morphe, and I'm just packing that on. Blending it out with a bigger and fluffier brush. You're going to have to excuse the state of my brushes. They were really bad. I filmed this all in one night and I was getting a bit tired. Then I'm going into the shade Precious, which is a bit less shimmery than the satin matte from the last palette I used, but it's still a nice, pretty satin matte. Gives a little bit of a shimmer, but nothing too drastic. Finally, I'm buffing that all out with the shade Adore. Back with the micellar water and this flat brush. I get it on Amazon. I'm pretty sure it was just like a face paint brush, and it's perfect for carving out a cut crease. So as you can see, I put the micellar water on the brush and just carve out a nice clean cut crease this way. It ensures that the shadows don't mix with the concealer or eyeshadow base. So you can see me putting on the eyeshadow base. I've pat it down using a brush, and then what I will do is I will soak up the excess product using a clean flat brush, because I do tend to put a bit too much concealer or eye base on, so I need to soak it up a little bit. Plus it helps, I find, make it not too cakey, and so the shadows blend on top. For the middle part of the lid, I'm going in with the shade Faith, which is the darker red. And then for the inner corner part of the cut crease, I'm going in with the shade Destiny, which is this kind of like very, very pale icy pink kind of colour. It's very stunning. I should have written all of these down, but I used another one of the Colourpop cream gel liners, went in with the same shades that I used on my top lid for my blend underneath, and this is the final result. It's kind of a simple one, but I didn't want to do anything too complicated with these palettes, just because I kind of wanted just to show you what you could do with them if you wanted just to have a bit of a glam look or something. For the second last look, I'm going into the palette Ballad. This one has 2 satin mattes and 1 matte, so it's quite like a shimmery palette, but it's very stunning. I am first going into Prose, which is this black with some blue purple kind of flecks of shimmer in, and I'm just focusing that really on the outer third of my eye. Just winging it out slightly so that I don't have too much of like a round eyelid. I'm buffing that out, and then I'm bringing any excess that is on my brush to the kind of front part of my eyelid in my crease area. To blend out the black, I use the shades Epic and Fate, and I mix them together, and I kind of blew out the winged out area just a bit more, so I had a bit more shape to my eye. I think with this one I used the shade Epic just to give it a nice blown out effect, to seamlessly blend it all together, I guess. Then using my finger on the inner part of the lid, I'm going in with the shade Novel, which is this nice icy colour, and then blending that out. Then on the sort of center part of my lid, I'm going in with the shade Drama, and I'm just putting that on top. I did also use this highlighter from Colourpop on the Novel shade as well at the end, just to give it a bit more oomph. I'm just deepening up the outer corner using the shade Prose again. And I did include a winged liner for this look. It's really hard for me to do a winged liner when I'm filming. I messed it up so many times. Yeah, I can do it like normally perfectly fine, but oh, it took me forever. I wanted this look to be really dramatic, so I lined my waterline on the top and also my bottom waterline, and did one of them little flicky things in my tear duct again, just to kind of bring out some drama. Then I went in with Prose underneath and the same colours as before, And yeah, this is the final look for this one. Okay, finally, this is the palette Lyric. Now this one features a pressed glitter and I didn't use it. I didn't really want to use any pressed glitters for these ones just because they are a bit of a pain to get off and I just wanted this done quick. Also, I didn't film half of this because I thought I was filming and I wasn't, so sorry about that, but I will talk you through what I did. So I went all over my lid with the shade Ode, and then I deepened it up a little bit using the shade Verse. Then I went in with Cello over the top in the center, then Melody, which is the lightest shade, and I put that right in the center. Then I used a gold creme gel liner for my waterline, lined my bottom lash line with the shade Verse, Ode, and kind of all smoked it out. And then Blonde Tucky is one of my favorite creators, and she does these little things where she pinches her bottom lashes and also does these really big dramatic lashes, like wispy ones. So I really wanted to do that, so here we go, I'm inspired by that. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed these. I really want to do some more with the Animal Crossing collection and also the Valentine's Day collection, because I know there are 2 more of the 5 pan shadows that Colourpop have come out with, but I will definitely like to do it with other brands as well and utilize IGTV maybe a bit more. And yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry this is really long, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.